Christian DeAndre, USA Today Sports, here with potential top five draft pick, All American, and absolute stud, Jeremiyah Love of Notre Dame. First and foremost, Jeremiah, thank you for your time. I know it's a busy, busy week for you, but more importantly, how are you doing and how are you feeling with the NFL draft right on the horizon?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here in this position. I'm blessed. But there's a little bit of nerves. You don't know where you're going. But at the end of the day, I know I'm going to a great organization, an organization that's going to put a lot into me, and I'm going to pour a lot into them. So yeah, I'm just taking things step by step right as of right now. Hoping for the best, and I'm just enjoying the moment.
You've been flying around a lot for those top 30 meetings.
Oh yeah. I've had four, but
Okay.
that's not as many as other guys, but
I mean, that's a
it's
good
been a
sign
lot.
though, because I mean that means that other teams are like, nah, we don't even have a chance at this guy. He's gonna be long gone by the time we get up here.
Yeah. That could be a good sign. But
Yeah.
those visits have been great, though. Those visits have been great. I visited the Titans, Giants, Bengals, and the Commanders, and all of them were great. Had great conversations with the OC, running back coach, and then the GMs as well. So, hey, man, I don't know where I'm going to go.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
that sounds awesome. I mean, obviously you don't get to pick the scheme you play behind, but four very different teams there. If you had your choice, if you're able to call it out, zone or man or gap, like what's the blocking scheme that you prefer to play behind?
Me, honestly, I feel like I can run in any,
Yeah.
scheme. But I would say the one that I had the most success, just from my Notre Dame,
Yeah.
running, having Mike Denbrock as my OC. We did a lot of mid
Okay.
zone and duo. So those are my bread and butter at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Those are all we really ran. So uh, probably it would be a seamless switch, or it'd be a seamless connection if I could just, go to a system that runs, a lot of mid zone and a lot of duo,
Yeah.
because I've been doing it for a whole 2 seasons now. So, um, yeah.
And so with that, I mean, are you looking at teams that have maybe more mobile interior alignment, a little bit more pulling, a little bit more able to hit that duo where they're taking on the one guy then moving up?
I just need a good O line. That's
Okay.
all. Just a good O line, decent O line, so I can just find me some creases.
Well, you're talking about your running now, but in the last two seasons, you've really upped your value as a wide receiver. What was the change there? What got you more involved in the passing game at Notre Dame?
It was Denbrock. It was Coach Sider. They wanted to get the ball in my hands more out in space. And then I train as a receiver all the time. So when I'm going home training, I'm not even doing running back stuff. So training on my receiving,
Yeah.
skills and trying to be a better route runner and catcher. So it was really me, advocating for myself, wanting to get more out in the slot and just out of the backfield. And then, Coach Denbrock and Coach Sider being open to that and having enough trust in me to where, they can put me in those situations where we can create mismatches with, linebackers out wide or even a safety or a nickel. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of all three of us.
yeah. So, as someone that splits out to the slot a lot, is there any certain NFL running back that you see that your comparison with right there? Because I mean, for me, a guy as explosive out of the backfield as you are, but also able to make catches out of the slot. For me, the first guy I think of is Le'Veon Bell. Is there anyone that for you you're like, that's the guy I want to be in the NFL? This is my comp. This is the guy I can be. I can hit his level and even go above it.
Um, I would say a good back that I've watched that's been able to do everything, split out wide, release from the backfield and all that stuff. I would say Alvin Kamara, he did a good
Yeah.
job with that. Um, I would say I can probably do a little bit more receiving wise, really just split me out wide, and I think I'll have a lot of success with that, possibly more success than Kamara, but I guess we'll see to how that looks, whenever I get drafted, whatever, they put together a scheme or plan for me to do that. But yeah, I've watched a lot of Alvin Kamara. He's a great back that can do everything, literally.
Okay. I mean, the last piece of the puzzle is your blocking, and that's something again that has come on really nicely. You've done some excellent work with blitz pickups. What are you looking for pre-snap when you know that you're in on pass protection, and what is the tell, if any, that lets you know this is where I got to be, this is where I'm going, this is how
Yeah.
I protect the pocket and things get done.
Yeah. So for me, I'm really looking at the safeties, seeing where the safeties are. If we're in 3 by 1, let's say,
Yeah,
there's a nickel to the three side and the safety
right.
stack and the nickel. I know the nickel's probably coming. The backer to my side is probably not going to come.
Okay.
So like I'm looking at really the safeties, looking at their rotation, looking at the backers, looking at how their posture is.
Okay.
A lot of the times when the guys are blitzing, they're kind of finicky.
Yeah.
So just watching that stuff. But I really just got a progression that I go through that eliminates all other factors. If I don't, want to look at safety rotation, it'll go from my backer right in front of me
Yeah.
to the left to the right. Nobody comes, I'm getting out. But that's a progression. But if I'm being smart, having football smarts, really looking at my safety. Safeties tell it all.
Okay. All right. Can you like, by the safeties, you mean like if they're creeping up the line of scrimmage, if you see them backpedaling, if you see them staring back into the backfield, what's the key to the safety there?
Looking at their coverage,
Okay.
got one high possibility of what man, too high, probably zone, but really the safeties can tell it all. The safety's rotation, if a safety rotates to my side or to the right side, is a strong side, there's one guy that can come in and blitz. So we're just looking at safety rotation, looking at trying to uncover the defense that they're in, whether they're in zone, man, or um, whatever it may be they're in. But the safeties kind of tell it all. They're the leaders of the defense, and the backers themselves, watching tape and just looking at their tendencies can give it away as well. But safeties tell it all for me, and just from watching film, you can
Yeah.
understand.
Damn, man, I love that answer. After NFL interest, Marcus Freeman, he says, no, I'm not jumping the NFL. I'm not jumping anywhere else. He decided to stick around, especially at a time where player and coach movement is prevalent. What did that mean to the locker room back in South Bend? What did that mean for you guys?
Um, I think it shows that you know, Coach Freeman is loyal
Yeah.
to not only Notre Dame but to the people he's brought to Notre Dame. He's not just going to leave his guys that he's promised things or that he said things to. He's going to stick with them. He's gonna ride the wave with them. And I think that just shows what type of culture we have at Notre Dame. We got a culture of brotherhood up there. Guys aren't chasing money. We're not chasing
Yeah.
anything like that. Guys are chasing development. Um, chasing being a better version of themselves, and Coach Freeman is all about that. So I think him deciding to stay in college football, declining that Giants job or whatever job
Yeah.
they were trying to get him. He declined, and I think that showed the guys that he's at Notre Dame to stay. He's at Notre Dame to develop people and build better relationships with his players.
Very cool. All right, so you broke out last year. I mean, actually, the season before the most recent one. But obviously, despite NFL draft hype, you couldn't make the jump. The NFL's got the 3-year rule. Do you think that rule where you need 3 years post high school before you can jump to the NFL draft is that something you would keep in place if you were NFL commissioner? Is that something that you would make exceptions for, or is that something you would eliminate?
I would keep it.
Yeah,
Coming out of high school, I don't think anybody should be going to the NFL. You're 18 years old. In my case, I was 17, so
yeah,
you're very young. You're not ready to be getting hit by grown men that are 25 plus. So I think the 3 years probably could be extended to 4, maybe.
oh, okay.
Guys need time to develop.
Yeah. So there were no regrets after you have that breakout 2024. You're like, I'm all good coming back Notre Dame. I don't need that. I don't need that pro business right now.
No regrets.
We're talking a little bit about money, and that works perfectly because you're here through a partnership with PayPal. Now, I mean, Jeremiah, you have, I'm sure, your choice of sponsorships to work with here, and you chose PayPal. I mean, I use it all the time, mostly for fantasy football, and I never get that money back. I'm sure you have much better experiences with peer to peer. So, what made you decide to take on this partnership?
Yeah, so PayPal has kind of just always been a part of my life. I've always used it. So that's what kind of made me, want to partner with PayPal. They showed interest in me first, and then,
Yeah,
the connection was already there. But I would say PayPal is just it's very convenient. Um, like I said, I've been using it pretty much my whole experience making money. You know, ever since
Yeah.
I've had a little bit of dough, I've been using PayPal. You know, me and my friends in high school, you know, we would send each other, you know, money through PayPal or pull together our money to pay for something. That's one of the
Yeah.
things you can do with PayPal. You can pull together your money, and you can use that money to pay for what trips or whatever it may be that you and your people want to pay for. Or you can, you know, send your buddy like an exclusive or like one like a little link, PayPal
Yeah.
link to send money and stuff like that and receive money as well. But I mean, PayPal just always just been there, you know. So them reaching out and me being as blessed as I am, you know, I just wanted to indulge in something that was natural and very authentic, and PayPal was that for me. So I'm just really looking forward to know the PayPal organization more, get to know the great people that are part of this organization, and you know, just keep doing great things. I feel like PayPal is just making things simpler for everybody. You know,
Oh, yeah. All right.
moving money, moving money around sometimes can be complicated, but PayPal makes it simple. So
There you go. All right. We're running low on time, but I got some questions for you. I mean, who better to give us some pre-draft scouting reports on Notre Dame guys than the guy who faced off against them or played with them every day in practice? So is that cool? Can we talk about some of the guys that are going to be drafted from Notre Dame, and you can tell me what makes them a good pro? All
of course,
right. First, maybe late first, maybe early day two pick. Your fellow running back, Jeremy Price. What makes him an NFL star?
I would say that JD can do pretty much everything I can do, if not
Okay.
more. You know, JD is a guy that can play special teams. He's a great kick returner. You know, he's a great running back. He can receive. He can block. So, I mean, JD can pretty much do everything you need him to do. I feel like whenever he gets his name called, he's going to go into the league and he's going to take over whatever team he gets drafted to. He's a guy that's going to come in as an immediate starter. I feel like a lot of guys slept on JD in college, but
Yeah.
JD had the opportunity to go to any other college in the country and he would have
Mhm.
started, hands
Yeah.
guaranteed he would have started, but he chose to stay at Notre Dame because of it's Notre Dame. Why not stay and be a part of something bigger than yourself? But JD, and like everybody else that's coming out of Notre Dame and going to the draft, they're going to have an immediate impact on whatever team they go to, and they're going to do great things. They're going to shine because I mean we Notre Dame guys, we smart guys, so we're gonna do what we got to do to take advantage of our opportunities, and that's what JD is going to do as well.
All right, one more for you. The wideout, Malachi Fields. What's Malachi going to bring to an NFL offense?
Malachi, that's how that man. He a head tapper. He gonna go up and get that ball. So I
Okay.
mean, Malachi is going to bring a lot of explosive plays to wherever he's blessed to go. You know, Malachi is a guy that's always working. He's never complacent. Just being able to be around him for a year has let me know a little bit more about his character. You know, he's a man of God. You know, he has a wife, so he's committed. He's loyal. He's faith driven. So
Yeah.
he's gonna bring all that to the team, whatever team he's blessed to go to. He's gonna be a guy that's ready to work, do whatever he needs to do for the team to have success, and he's gonna make plays at the end of the day. You know, that guy is he's very special. He's a very special receiver. As long as he got a quarterback that can throw it up to him or throw him in the right direction, now Kyle's gonna make some plays. So. Um, yeah, man. A lot of guys that are going to the draft in Notre Dame are going to do great things. You know, they're great players and great people. So yeah, whatever team gets them is gonna be excited, and they're gonna have a weapon on their hands.
Man, Jeremiah, I appreciate those answers so much, man. Insightful, thoughtful, and translatable. I mean, really great talk with you. And of course, best of luck to you next week. Hoping for all the best things for Jeremiah Love of Notre Dame.
Thank you. I appreciate you.